Hello, welcome to Masterful Divine Feminine 333. I am Miss Divine. I am doing a couple of readings today. It has been a while. I have been avoiding doing the twin flame journeys, reading those. The energy had been very cumbersome, and it definitely depends on where you are in the journey, but I read for pretty much everyone in the journey, but the main energy that was coming through was like the divine feminine really truly anchoring themselves for themselves and needing to find themselves again in a way that they haven't before, in a way that we haven't before. And when it's that intense and it's that powerful, I need to, so what's that, marriage, right? When it's that intent and that powerful, it's difficult for me, honestly, to do the readings because I don't want my energy to influence the readings, and I don't want to tap into an energy that I kind of also just need to just be like, I just need to be in it. So I do apologize that I am not as consistent with the twin flame readings as I would like to be, but I'm also with the energy, and I'm giving it to you in real time and genuinely, and fertility. So some of you can definitely be thinking about, some of you could be pregnant, and some of you could be thinking about birthing a new relationship somewhere else, or definitely a fresh start, manifesting, planting seeds in other directions, right? Planting seeds in material wealth, and maybe you started investing, maybe you just recently opened up your 401k, and then we have loss here, loss of self and identity, discover your true self again. So I was definitely getting like a sense of needing to retreat to find yourself again. For some of you, that can be your masculine, yep, because you could be in, well, what do we know? Separation, right? Very common on the twin flame connection. No contact, 5D dreams, nightmares, focus on your own happiness. But I love that focus on your own happiness is on the separation card. So if you're masculine or your feminine has been reaching out to you in dreams, you've kind of just been like, listen, I need you to do this one right now on your own, right? Like, the journey has gone on for some of you for quite some time, 5 years or more, right? 2-3 years for some of you, but enough to the point where it's like you've done the leading, you've done the reaching out, you've surrendered to the chasing, and every day you're trying to make choices that continue to help you realign with your purpose and not be attached or codependent on your counterpart, and just telling them, like, if you want to meet me, you have to come and meet me at this frequency that I'm at. So there's that. What else do we have? We have fifth dimension. So that came up in dreams, right? So maybe you're having those conversations in the dreams where you're telling them, I love you, but you got to figure this one out on your own. Intuitive communication, you are connected at the soul level. I don't know how you're supposed to see that with my whole hand blocking it. Your masculine can be same sex, chaser, and you may have one spin in this energy. Your counterpart could currently be in this energy, not chasing you, but chasing old beliefs, right? That can still be happening. In pursuit, convincing, rejection, let them go and let them be. And you, right? You're like, yep, we're going to let them go, let them be, let them go into the sea and chase. What are these, geese? I'm not great with animals. My nephew will be disappointed, but change, the thing's flying. Baby is never going to catch them, right? He's never going to catch them. He's going to keep trying. And you're like, nope, go. You're not chasing them anymore. And it's, right, you're in a pause here. Inaction. Just not making any decisions or any action towards your counterpart right now. Calmness, taking a step back, waiting for a sign. So waiting for a sign is interesting because I don't think you're waiting for your sign. I think you embrace the signs, you are aware of the sign, and it's not so much I think you're waiting for a sign, but you will know when it's right. When it's right, you will know, and you're not moving until it's right. And you know what that means for you. I know what that means for me, and I think you know what that means for you. And for others of you that need clarity, then I don't think that part of the message will resonate with you, and that's okay. For twin flame readings, we can definitely have a personal reading. So transformation, breakthrough, reinvention, you are ready for the next level. I definitely think that you are. I think, you know, I love this. I love that this reading is coming out like this, because it's the energy of what's most dominant right now in my field relating to twin flame. So here's confirmation. If you were hermiting, if you were like looking for twin flame readings, but at the same time being like, oh, not another one, right? And maybe you were looking for a reading that's more aligned with where you are and where you're going. And so here we are. So let's see what else we get. You're definitely transforming. Okay, that one's like, I want to come out, but I don't want to come out. Home, right? Spending more time at home, creating a more home and homey and comfortable environment, cozy, warm, secure. You feel at home with each other, which I think is how your counterpart, I think they're reminiscing about the times that you were together and spending time, you know, with each other in each other's home, in their home, and they're remembering that they felt comfortable with you. I did see ascend as I was shuffling, and I saw that. So you may be very much aware that they are going through an ascension, and that's allowing you to continue to not chase them, right? So at a crossroads, and I think they know, and I think you know, it's, even though I think that many of us know we don't have much control over this journey and what's destined to be, you also know that this is a very transformative point, and it's giving like it's now or never, right? It's giving like you're gonna make the choice. Universe is gonna support the choice that you make, and I'm gonna be guided. They're going to make a choice. Universe is going to support the choice, and you're going to continuously be guided to go down in the path that's aligned with you, and that can be with or without them. But most importantly, it's unfolding, right? Choices, following your intuition. They may be a bit confused still and working on following their intuition, and you watching this channel, or if you're a cross watcher, winter. And that was coming through too with the cozy and warm. There can definitely be some reunions in winter. Karmic partner decided to come in here. Yeah, there'll be more clarity in the winter. By the winter time, I don't think you're pushing it, or I don't think you're pressing it. But for those of you that surrender and continue to surrender and kind of just come to these readings just for like emotional support and confirmation, you know, my winter, there'll definitely be some clarity as to where the future of your twin flame connection will go, and we got it's a yes. So the answer to your question is a yes. So if you were asking if they're still with their karmic partner, if they're going to be separated by their karmic partner by winter time, the answer is a yes. Control, and some of you may still need to release some of the control, right? So stagnation, delusion, release the need to control situations. So some of you definitely have to do a little bit more clearing, right? And continue to release the control. You're doing it, yeah, and healing at the bottom of the deck. Keep healing. You're doing a good job. It just came up for some of you that you're still wanting to control the outcome of your connection. So taking a time out, being gentle with yourself and with your twin, especially that last part, being gentle with yourself and with your twin, and knowing that they have their own journey and they're going to go through ascension. And you remember, right? You remember what that was like for you. Your first dark night of the soul, you know what I'm saying, right? You remember how difficult and challenging that was for you. It's no walk in the park for your counterpart either. And so being gentle with yourself, allowing yourself and just the connection in general to breathe is so refreshing. And let's just get one more card. He's a runner, he's a track star. And at this point, possibly even finding more joy and humor in the connection. Escape from the emotion and confusion on the run, and then we had mirroring, right? So we know this is a big part of the journey. So reflection, twin, wholeness, synchronicities abound. So you're seeing them, you're seeing the synchronicities. And as far as the running goes and it coming out with mirroring, at this point you're continuing to do more evaluation on how you're running from yourself, right? And maybe for some of you, you know, you've put in boundaries and they've been great, and you've been moving in new directions, and that's been great. But you're also probably checking in with yourself, or you should be checking in with yourself from time to time to make sure that it's not like illusions, you know, that you really are truly embodying this new essence of freedom and surrendering, and you're not just trying to do it to get a reaction, or you're not just trying to do it because you're still really angry. It's releasing the guilt within yourself, and they come up, the memories come up, the conversations come up in your mind, and you're like, ugh, right? And so it's coming up to release, forgiveness, and release. I was just talking with someone today. I did a reading earlier today, and he thinks that he's on the twin flame journey, and we talked about it. So some of you may actually be new to the twin flame journey, so welcome. Check out, if you haven't already, my twin flame readings. I think there's a twin flame playlist, and we go through like more of the beginning stages of the twin flame journey. Yeah, it's hard, I know. I know it is, but you're doing great, right? Your solitude, taking time to rest. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm actually about to go to the park. Yeah, I'm working on this. This is coming up. Yeah, this summer, no summer. Like, enjoy your summer, honey. No regret. I mean, I'm not sure where you're watching, what season it is, but right now, we gotta, for some of you, working on releasing the regrets. I am available for personal readings as well. Let's get one more card. I'm going to give you an elemental empath only because I spent a lot of time telling you don't do this and do that, and elemental empath really gives great advice, so I'll help you out with that one. And then this is release, which I love that this is the last card that we're pulling from this deck of twin flame readings. So release. Loosen your hold, relax, unwind, release fear, anxiety, and doubt. It's beautiful. And I do think reclaim your body as well. I do think that there's a lot of mirroring going on. So if, you know, be aware of what you're thinking, what you're doing, what you're feeling, how you're showing up for you, right? When you start wanting to project things on your twin, if you're still doing that, bring that back to you, honey. And even if it's not your twin, if it's some jackass at work, right? Bring it back to you. Do the mirror exercises on yourself. Let's get you the elemental empath. Oh, you got two. I don't want to read two. Okay, I will. So you have unapologetic and you have the collective. Unapologetic. Be yourself. Release societal expectations. Be a mess. Yeah. Be okay with who you are, where you are, when you are, right? Be a mess. And the collective. This is giving you've actually probably really come across some really cool people that like you're really resonating with, like a new soul family, soul tribe. So that's beautiful. All this connective, collective growth and supported. Time to read. You may be a fire sign as well. Page 159. So that's number 11. So that's confirming twin flame energy right then and here, baby. With page 155. All right. How many times as women have you been told that we are too much? Yo, this was me 2 days ago, right? And I'm like, we are not loved. Too loud, too sexual, too opinionated, too dominating. too reserved, too emotional, too dramatic. The list goes on and on and on. Are you stuck worrying about what others think of you? Are you lost in the expectation of what you should be, what you wish you could be, or what others think is cool to be? This card is your reminder that you are allowed to be you. It might take some time to discover who that is. You are allowed to be you. Who's reading? I was saying take up space. If you're a Cancer, check out the Cancer birthday bonus message, or if you just want to check it out. But that was coming through a lot for the Cancer reading. It might take time to discover who that is, but she is there, just below the surface. Start to give her permission to emerge. Let her be as she is. Loud, quiet, extrovert, introvert, dominant, submissive. Trying to be someone else is such a waste of the true you. The ones who don't like her aren't the ones you want to be close with anyway. You don't want them close to you anyway. This card also reminds you that you don't always have to be nice. Yes, guys, exactly what I've been experiencing the last 8 weeks. For women especially, being nice is equated to being a good human being, right? And then if you're mean, you're an awful woman, you're an awful mother. Like, what the fuck? How did we get there that fast? Nothing could be further from the truth. You can be the real you, however that looks. Consider that being nice might just be a way for societal to keep us from reclaiming our power. You don't have to be mean to everyone. There are ways to express how you feel. Be yourself and be kind and considerate without living in the energy of constant people pleasing. You are just as important as everyone else, and you are allowed to roar. True, there are times when we need to take on a different role, whether at work, with family, or in crisis situations. But at the core, if we own who we are without giving a F-U-C-K what others think, we can find true freedom. Find your own path. Lastly, this card urges you to find your own path, whatever that may look like. Step out of the societal collective and make the choice for yourself. What do you want? How do you want to act? What do you want to do? And what is keeping you from doing it? Take steps towards becoming unapologetically you. You might be getting lost and second-guessing yourself, always wondering if how you acted or what you said was okay. People-pleasing might be a big issue for you. Be kind to yourself. You are doing better than you think. You are allowed to speak and act in ways that others think are offensive. Find a role model who you can look up to, who embodies the type of woman you want to be. I would love to take this opportunity to share with you my role model. Drop your role model in the comment, and don't say anything negative about my role model. That would be the end of our connection. I promise you that. Not kidding. My role model, besides myself, obviously, and all the beautiful divine feminines watching this video, my role model is Alicia Keys. Another potential blockage is getting lost in being you. Embodying the true you is a powerful thing, but be aware of getting lost in every woman emotion that arises, right? Especially on this twin flame journey. So many emotions are coming up. And I know you're getting better at doing just that. Taking a nice breath and not getting caught up in it. Literally every emotion that arises. Be willing to admit your shortcomings and areas where you might need some healing or growth. It's possible to get lost in selfishness or egoic patterns as you unconsciously act however you want, which is so true. The raw you is beautiful. Just be open to some growth, right? So making sure we're balanced and making sure that we're still understanding how you're taking up space and how it's affecting people, but still knowing that take up that effing space, make that person uncomfortable, and then adjust if necessary. You know what I mean? For the next time around. Practice. So here's an exercise to help you with that, because I did say we were talking a lot and I was telling you do this, don't do that. So like elemental empath gives really good breakdowns on specific tasks. Practice asking yourself, who is the true me in this situation? How can I embody her? If she's buried beneath years of conditioning, be patient because this will take some time. The more you pause to check in with how you actually want to act, the more she will feel the permission to come forward, right? So checking with her, who am I? How do we want to be? How do we want to respond to this? How are we feeling about this, right? You might also imagine other people as flowing in a river together, which is probably going to connect with your second card that came out, the collective. Stuck in the same mindset, acting the same, living the same lives. See if you can imagine yourself stepping out of that societal flow and embodying your true self and creating your own path instead of being sucked into the Western rat race. Separate your energy and break off on your own, however this looks, even if it's just small ways at first, even if it's not engaging in the company's event, the luncheon. Even if it's, how ways you can separate yourself from the crowd, right? Some of you may have already been doing that. Okay, that was beautiful. So now we have the collective card, number 9. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra, September, October. Something's happening there for you. 256. What is the collective consciousness? I want to say a lot of you have been on this twin flame journey for a long time. That's definitely coming through, and Spirit wants you to just acknowledge that they see you, they hear you. We are a collective, connected as one, having an individual experience. We live this life as a single person, but we are all connected to each other. The collective consciousness card is a reminder that on an energetic level, we are all intertwined. It is easy to become disconnected from others and get lost in our individual experience, but take a moment to remember that we are all in this together. We are in a divine collective sharing this planet and this life. We are not alone. Because we are all connected, what affects one group can affect the entire collective. We can try to think of ourselves as separate, but when catastrophe strikes one country, there's a heaviness felt around the world. We saw this with the 2020 global pandemic. Many of those relatively unaffected could still feel the heaviness of the world as it went through pain. That could definitely resonate deeply with some of you. You may have lost people during COVID, or you may have gone through a big depression during COVID, or your spiritual awakening also could have began in 2020. To connect with the collective is to connect to the universe. You can tap into the collective knowledge, ancestors, past lives, guides, and other realms, zooming out and gaining a wider perspective of your life. This card is also about collective evolution. As we evolve and heal on our own journey, we are raising the vibration of the collective. It is important to do what we can to help lift others up as well, since we are all connected. We need each other to evolve and embody a more conscious lifestyle on this planet. Stay grounded and follow the flow. Lastly, this card encourages you to connect with the flow of the whole while staying grounded and connected to your own energy so that you don't constantly leave yourself open. I'm getting tired. Are some of you getting tired? Let me know. When you connect to the light and let it tap into the flow your life can take. The people it can connect you with, and the path you can walk. Let it also connect you with the influence you can have on the world around you. You may have to watch this again just to understand, that a bit more if it's a bit cumbersome, because I feel a little bit cumbersome reading it. You might be going too big and getting lost in the collective. It's massive scale and the many planes of existence. If this is you, it's time to bring it back down to a smaller scale and reconnect with yourself and your own divine human energy. Create a foundation for yourself. From there, tap into a broader scale and let yourself be guided so that you aren't swept away. Another block could be you feel isolated and alone in this world and are disconnected from the wider collective. Remember, Remember that outside of your little bubble is an entire world of people, and their collective energy is connected to you. The last block could be that as an empath, you are tapped into the suffering of the world to an unhealthy extent. Remember that you cannot take away people's suffering, and that feeling all the pain of others actually won't help them. You can provide support, donate to charities, volunteer, and help however you can. But taking on all of the pain will drag you down and keep you from being able to live to your fullest capacity. Start to practice compassion instead of empathy. This is a more grounded form of connection where you don't actually take on people's energy and suffering. When you remain grounded and connected to your own energy, you can better help the world. Meditate and come to a calm place in your mind. This is how you can help practice taking on compassion instead of empathy, especially if you're, on the twin flame journey. Meditate and come to a calm place in your mind. Imagine a thread of light coming from the top of your head and leading to the sky, where there is a beautiful river of threads flowing around the earth. Let yourself flow with these threads, feeling their light and pure energy, while managing a ball of light around yourself to keep your energy safe. When you are ready, come back to yourself with your own thread and reconnect with your energy, being sure to allow your own energy to come into your space. There are many energies out there, and unless you are trained, stay away from inviting anything you don't fully understand. Yeah. And I'm sure most of you have Reiki clearing, energy protection. I really do like Reiki Rachel. So there's good energy protections you can do in the morning before you go out for the day, and then like restorative Reiki at the end of the day. And then she also does, full moon meditation. So we just had the 7/7 portal and the full moon last Thursday. I'm recording this on July 13th. So that was the July, I can't remember, but last Thursday. And some of you are definitely dealing with a Cancer, twin flames. You could be a Cancer. So that's it. Continue, doing this on this beautiful twin flame journey, and I am absolutely available for personals if you would like one.